Hello again everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and this time the video is all about my beautiful Flying Scotsman collection. So no beating around the bush, let's just go ahead and do it. I hope you enjoy the show. So let's start just here then. Okay, first of all, Flying Scotsman 4472. Now this one you've just seen running in my last video. This one is the Thomas one. Flying Scotsman there with the face on. Right, now you'll notice that it has the round dome on the top, so that would make her an A1 really at this particular point in time, and she's got the single chimney just there, look. So I'll move along, and of course you've got the lining which is like the Thomas lining, which is absolutely right to do. And at the back, hopefully we can see it, at the back down there we've got the well, there's no window in it, but that's the little window, because obviously that would be a walk-through tender. Right, cool. Move down to the next one. On to number 2 then. We have my original Triang one, numbered 60103. You'll see that it has the banjo dome on the top, which makes her an A3 at this point in time. Single chimney. And apart from the handrails need touching up, she's in perfectly good condition. So over to the tender. Now the sun shone in my eyes while I was trying to show you the back of the first tender, so I'm sorry about that. I forgot it a bit skew-if, but as you can see there, that's clearly an original tender prior to the walkway being put through. So yeah, so that's my nice lovely jubbly Triang one. And down we go again. Now this too is a Triang one. It's quite an early one, not as early as the one in Briar Green, what you've just seen. I'm not sure if this is actually apple green. I think it could be. Anyway, she is bearing the number 4472. Again, she has the banjo dome just there, so being an A3. And then of course the single chimney. So I'll just take it along and let you have a look at her. Pretty cool. And I feel fairly sure this does have a corridor tender on it. Let's have a look. Come on, get the camera down. Yes, again, there's no sort of window in it, but you can see where it's supposed to be. So cool. Right, that's number 3. So on to number 4. Now number 4 is a little bit special. Still, well, we're back to the number 60103, but as you can clearly see, she's in British Rail blue. Now this one is a Hornby one. It's tender driven, but as you can see the condition is spot on. Again as an A3 with the banjo dome, single chimney, but you don't see this very often. It's not super rare, but it's not one that you see very often, so I'm very pleased to have this in the collection. But look at the tender. Look at the rail around the tender, look. It's obviously not a corridor tender. This is the original style tender what she had in the 1924 and 25 exhibition in London. I'm fairly sure that's the same style of tender that she was displayed as with back then. Right, let's move on again. Now number 5 is a little bit special as well, because this is in Wartime black, and it's actually the only time, I believe, I'm right in saying this, that she ever carried 2 different numbers on the cab sides. On the other side she's got 502, and of course as you can see here she's got 103. Now this has obviously been the Wartime black, and it's fitted with the Carl Chap double chimney look there, and still as an A3 with the banjo dome. So we'll just come along and have a look. Yeah, with the NE there on the side, obviously. And I believe this one again has got the corridor tender. Yes, and it's even got a window in it this time, look. Right. So that's your number, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your number 5. Brilliant. So let's move on to number 6. And a big change here on number 6. This is one of the later Hornby ones, carrying the number 4472. This too is the A3 banjo dome and the Carl Chap double chimney. And also she's got the smoke deflectors on, look. Yeah, really beautiful. This is a locomotive driven one, not tender driven. Just let you have a look at it. All the usual LNER linings and such forth. I haven't looked at the tender on this, but there's a very good chance it is a corridor one. Yeah, it is, look there. Cool. Yep, very nice. These all run absolutely lovely as well, so very, very pleased having this collection. Oh yeah, and while I think about it, when the Kyle Chap double chimney was fitted, I think it's some of the, I think the word they've used is soft exhaust they used to get in the driver's eyes, and the way to fix it was basically use the German style smoke deflectors, which of course you can see she's got on her there. Right, and then the last one in this row, which is going to be what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th one in this row, coming up. And number 7 it is. Now, this time we're back to 60103. Oh, and it's worth just telling you that, as you know, when you looked at that one, that's the 103 on the Wartime Black. Well, it was during the nationalisation of the railways that all the LNER stuff was added with 6,000. So hence the number would then end up being 6,103, like that. Cool. Bit of useless information there for you. Right, yeah, we're sticking with the A3 class Banjo Dome, the Kyle Chap double chimney, and this time she's in BR green, like the Triang one you saw, number 2. The only difference, of course, with that one, that didn't have the Kyle Chap double chimney, so again it's another variant for my collection. So just take it along, let you have a goosey gander at it. And that clearly is not a corridor tender, that's cool, which it wasn't on the other one either. So, right, there's the first 7. I'm going to get a cup of tea and I'll go there. Then I'll go and come and do a little bit more. Stay with me. Bringing us to number 8 here now. It was early 1960s when British Railways were going to scrap Flying Scotsman, and in stepped an entrepreneur, Alan Pegler. Now, he bought her, and he had her restored at the Doncaster Works, back to the original colour, number, single chimney, and the removal of the smoke deflectors. And because the British Railways started removing all the water towers and things, because obviously everything was now becoming diesel or electric or both, he added another tender. I can't remember the number of the loco that it was from, but anyway, they were both walked through, so that second tender basically is to carry the water. Now, we did a lot of tours and runs with her, like this, exactly like this, and at some point, I think it was around about 68, it was decided by the British government that they were going to sponsor Alan to take her across to America, and that's coming up. Moving on to number 9 then, here she is in America, ready to do the States and Canada. Right, I'll just come down, I'm going to have to try and use my left hand to show you this. Carefully, it does. Okay. She was fitted with the cow catcher and the bell, an American style whistle, and I'm trying to think, oh yeah, there was a headlamp fitted as well, and the Buckeye coupling, which the headlight's not there. When I ran this, I did actually put a headlight on it. I'm a bit surprised Hornby didn't actually do that, but anyway, she's on the tours over there in the States and Canada, and there were some major problems. And what those problems were mainly a lot of the states wouldn't allow her to go through because they consider her a fire hazard. Obviously, because she's a steam locomotive with an open fire. And so extra money had to be found to tow her through certain states with diesel. And I do believe I've seen a photo online of her being towed almost certainly in Pennsylvania by GG1. It's a great photo, you need to go and have a look at it. So that's the American tour then, and Canadian tour of course. That's what she looks like just there. Alright, now apart from the hiccup of getting her through some of the states, the first tour was classed as very, very successful, promoting British products backed by the government, etc. And Alan Pegler decided to do a second tour in 1970, but this time there was no backing from the government, and sadly halfway through-ish the money ran out, and she had to be stored in an army base, I believe, out of the the eyes of prying creditors. And and Alan Pegler made his way home doing teaching on ships, and in 1972 was declared bankrupt. Now it's at this point where another wealthy entrepreneur stepped in, William McAlpine. And so then in 1973 Sir William had her brought back to the UK via the Panama Canal, and she was taken straight to the Derby Works for a full restoration and overhaul, which has quite often been the case throughout her life. So let me have a look at that front there, look. Now I believe I'm right in saying that this was the period in time where it became Flying Scotsman Enterprises, as you can see there on that second tender, obviously done in the blue-grey livery. And I also think this is the period of time where Pete Wartime had various connections with her as well. And so to my 11th variant, okay, it's 1984, and she's chosen to do her royal duties, to pull the royal train, and this is the one. And as is tradition, the roof is painted white. So cool. Yep. Every one of them look amazing, don't they? Not sure about the tender on this. Let's have a look. Yes, it has got it. It's getting a bit dark here, guys. I hope the lighting's going to be alright. The sun's gone down. Okay, we'll move on to the next one again. Now, Sir William actually paid £25,000 to America to buy it back in 1973, and he had her pretty much the longest of all the owners. It was in 1977, after the few years of touring and earning money, that she needed another restoration, which included the fitting of a new unused boiler, and that was done at the Vickers Engineering Works in Barrow. So by 1984, that work had been done then, and is where, of course, the Royal Train came in, which you've just seen. So she would be running there with the new boiler. And then in 1988, she went to Australia. Right. Now, once again, I'm going to have to try and lift this up for you. So just please bear with me. There you go, look. Alice Springs, look. Australian tour. Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. So stay with me while I just make a cup of tea and I'll come back. Yeah, sorry about the edit there. It wasn't intended. It's just that I heard my mobile phone ringing downstairs, so I decided to take the opportunity to give me back a rest, have a break, and grab a cup of tea, which I've done. So right, okay, back to Australia. So now she was out there from 1988 to 1990, 2 years, and I can tell you, you must go and read about it on Wikipedia, because there's so much she did out there, including breaking 2 more world records. So go and check it out on Wikipedia. There's no point in me going through it all with you here now. Now, over in Australia, she didn't take the second water tender because they provided one which basically looks like that. And that was kindly made for me by my friend Eric in Slovenia from an old Lima tanker. I've got a few of them, and I didn't mind having one of them cannibalised to make that, and made a great job of it. So that's how she looked over there in Oz. Yeah, sticking here with the Australian one, because I forgot to mention something. From 1990, when she came back to the UK, to 93, which was when the certificate ran out, she was used on loads of tours and excursions, earning money, obviously. From 1993 to 1995, don't know much about that 2-year period, other than I know she ended up going back into another workshop, which I can't remember the name of, for a massive big repair and overhaul yet again. And finally, while we're here, it's worth pointing out a couple of more things to you. In 1996, she was bought again for a third time by a wealthy entrepreneur, Dr. Tony Marchinson, and he paid £1 million for her. So yeah, that's a pretty cool sum. And finally, to bring us up to the last one, it's really strange that all 3 of the entrepreneurs that have owned her have actually all gone bankrupt. So yeah, but then of course in 2004 the National Railway Museum got hold of her And I think the rest is history. If you want to learn more from 2004 to 2017, what's been going on with it, just check it out on Wikipedia. Right, I think it's time to move to another one. Believe it or not, there is more. Well, and so bringing us now to the final one, number 13, and as 13 is the famous unlucky number, I think I need to find another variant, make it 14, although I don't know which one to look for. But anyway, look, I'm not going to say any of them are my favourites. I think they've all got character in different ways. But this one somehow is slightly ahead of my favourite. The reason being, you can see it's completely gold plated. I have run her once, only once, and you can't tell, it doesn't mark the wheels. Here she is clearly an A1 class, yeah, with the round dome, a single chimney, and this is the only one, I mean the Wartime Black's got 103 on one side and it's got the 502 on the other, but this is the only one that I've got with 103 on both sides. And if I come along and show you the tender, I would guess that this is not a walk through. It's not a corridor tender now. I didn't think it would be. So there you have it. That's all 13 of them all. And like I always say, I hope you've enjoyed the show. Offering you something different again here. The layout's already set up for a next running session, and I've got something else planned in between. So yeah, as I always say, good night, God bless, take care of each other and yourselves, be fit, be healthy, and go and enjoy your life. See you everyone, bye!